Hey lovelies, Anonymous Q's. So interested about the link between sleep and weight loss. I am definitely less bloated, smaller weight when I have slept well. Yes, there actually is. Yeah, a correlation. In fact, there's probably a connection. It's not even a correlation, it's a connection. Right, so if you think about your body as being at homeostasis, right? So everything is like this. So all your hormones are totally cool. You're plodding along nicely, right? And everything in your body is doing exactly what it should be doing, right? So we've got a nice steady plateau. No peaks, no troughs. Everything's totally cool. All right. And then you get a shitty night's sleep. So two hormones that control hunger and weight control, all right? So ghrelin tells your body and your brain, right, when it's hungry. Leptin tells your body and your brain when you're full. So we've got ghrelin and leptin, all right? So it's 12 o'clock, all right? You've had your breakfast and it's 12 o'clock, right? So your ghrelin levels start to rise, right? Because it's coming up for lunchtime and it's your body, your stomach, telling your brain that it needs some energy and some food. So then you eat. All right, makes sense, eh? So when you eat, your ghrelin comes back down as your leptin rises to say that you are full, all right? And then everything comes back to normal. So you get hungry, you eat, you get full, right? Everything back to normal. This continues throughout the day, all right? However, if you have a shitty night's sleep, or more often, right, if you have one night of shitty sleep, right, is not going to destroy you, providing you know what's happening in your body, all right? Have a coffee, have a Red Bull, do whatever you need to do, have an extra 200 calories, eat some carbs, right, and just get through the day. Have an early night, all right? Get through the day, right? But consistent lack of sleep, consistent shitty sleep, consistent loss of sleep, right, makes these two hormones go absolutely mental. So lack of sleep, all right, your brain will decide, it's very rarely your body, it's usually your brain will decide that it needs more energy because it's so tired and it can't focus, right? So ghrelin, your hunger hormone, will completely always be up here, right? Which is why sometimes when you eat, right, for example, if you're hungover because you've had a shitty night's sleep, doesn't matter what you eat, right, this full hormone, leptin, never gets to the level to cancel out the ghrelin. So you're constantly sitting like this, all right? It's the same with lack of sleep, right? This is why shift workers, not necessarily just night shift, back shift as well, right? But this is why shift workers, scientifically proven that they will struggle more to drop body fat. They will have a higher chance of gaining body fat and being obese. They'll have a higher chance of having a heart attack. They'll have a higher chance of having high blood pressure. They'll have a higher chance of having type 2 diabetes because they're in a constant state of lack of sleep, all right? Their hormones never regulate and you never feel full, so you just keep eating and eating and eating and eating and eating, right? You pack on weight, etc, etc. Also, it's usually the wrong types of stuff, right? So when your brain tells you that you're hungry, the quickest way your brain can get energy is to tell your body that it needs to eat, but it needs something fast, right? So sugar, when you eat sugar, is converted into glucose, something else, right? Glycogen, right? That's the only thing that can cross the blood-brain barrier. So we have a blood-brain barrier so that if your body gets an infection, the infection doesn't get into your brain, all right? The only thing that can cross the blood-brain barrier is sugar or a form of sugar, which is why when you are knackered or tired or get the mid-afternoon slumps or the mid-morning slumps, right, your body will be like sugar, because sugar in its purest form doesn't need your body to do anything to convert it. It just goes straight into your bloodstream, straight into your brain, and then your brain's buzzing and it's like, oh yeah, I'm happy, I've got loads of energy, all right? So these two hormones, ghrelin and leptin, are absolutely 100%, right, affected by sleep or lack of sleep, which is why one of the many reasons I bang on about your pre-sleep routine and your sleep so often, all right? It is very hard to nail fat loss when you are not sleeping. Also, one more thing that I'll say about sleep is the longer you're in a calorie deficit for, the more chance you have of disrupted sleep, right? Because when we're on a really, really, really high calorie deficit, or if you've been on a calorie deficit for a long time and we've continually cut your calories, all right, your body will use the calories that you have given it for the necessities like breathing, pumping your blood around your body, thinking, all right, which means it's got no calories left to make sure that you get a decent night's sleep so that your body can repair itself. So the longer you're on a calorie deficit, you run the risk that your sleep will be disrupted, right, which is shit. But that's why we want you to get to your goal. We get you to maintenance as quick as we can. Any questions, my lovelies? Just shout. Bye-bye.